Hey, it's Coach Manny, and I'm fired up today. And we're going to talk about sales and CEOs. And whether you're a CEO or you're working for the CEO, you're working for sales managers, it doesn't matter. Today's story is about getting tuned up with the sales process. Now, Steve Jobs was one of the great business people, right? But what was his greatest skill? Was it being a visionary, an innovator, a driver? Nah. Steve Jobs' greatest ability was he was a super salesman. And of course, I didn't come up with that great analogy. That's something that comes out of his book. Again, I highly recommend that Steve Jobs biography because I tell you, it's probably one of the best business books written in the last 20 years. Get a copy, read it. Now, you may not like everything about him, nobody does, but sales-wise, this guy was a genius. So as the CEO, what are you doing? What are you doing? Or as a business owner, what are you doing to fire up your organization, to get it rocking and rolling, to really make things happen? Well, we're going to talk about three things today that if you do these things, no matter what size, I don't care if you're the only salesperson, if you got one salesperson, three salesperson per people, 10, 20, 100, I don't care. The number one thing is the sales team has to be led. And yes, if you're a bigger organization, you do have some sales management and they have a job to do. But you, as the CEO, you got a job to do too. And that job is to fire them up and to stay on top of them and to let them know how important it is to get sales. That sales drives the organization. We cannot grow this organization by saving money. I don't care who said it. The only thing you can do is stay afloat. If you want to grow, there's only one way to grow an organization, and that is to sell. And that's the message that you as the CEO got to bring across. Number two, a sales team has to be trained and motivated. Why do you think huge corporations spend millions and billions of dollars training their salespeople? Because they know it works. So what are you doing to train up your sales team to be the best? Even if you're the lone salesperson, what are you doing to get out there on a regular basis to learn more? What are you as a CEO doing? How many times a year are you spending a conference or something to learn more about selling? Because I don't care if you're the CEO. You still have to drive the sales process, which means you have to know what's going on in sales today. And you have to stay on top of it. And finally, number three is the sales team has to be accountable. And this is where I'm finding more and more the sales teams are falling down because nobody's holding them to the fire. When I grew up, sales teams we held their feet to the fire. Okay, if you didn't make the numbers, you were history. I remember working for one of my bosses, Russ, who had a real simple statement which said, "Low man goes every month." So why aren't we holding the sales team more accountable? These are the numbers. You agree to them. I totally believe you got to get the sales to agree with them. But once agreed to, you got to make the numbers. That's your job. And you as a CEO got to drive that through your sales management and through yourself. Wow. You as a CEO are driving the process because there is nothing more important than sales. And when you're selling, the rest will fall in place. If you don't got sales, then you're going to cost cutting. And how can I do anything there? It's Coach Manny saying, get out there, have a great week. Pump them up. It's summertime in Jersey. See you soon.